Hey y'all, and welcome back to a Built to Rise series. And today it's going to be a little different because we're not on site. I needed to talk to them as soon as possible. It was an emergency, kind of like what we're actually going to be talking about, which I'm really excited about because I've never had the thought as a pet parent to ever think about what happens when a fire happens in my house. I have never thought about that. But I got to meet Ryan and Rusty that came up with this invention to help pet owners make sure that pet comes out alive like they will. So, Ryan and Rusty, can you guys introduce yourselves to the audience?
For sure. Thanks, Charente. I'm Ryan Tussing. I'm a 21-year veteran firefighter. I'm currently a captain and an active firefighter today.
And I'm Rusty Tussing, and you're not seeing double, we're twins. I'm acting CEO as Rescue Retriever, and I've pretty much been an entrepreneur my whole life. But once my brother came to me with this idea, I looked into it, and I thought I believed in it, and off we went. So we just got together, and that's what we're doing today, together.
I love that. So, how did this all start? Ryan, did you see stuff in your career that just wasn't pleasant to your spirit? Like, how did you guys come up with this solution? Because it's needed. So how did this happen?
Yeah, so, over a 21-year career, I've been in hundreds of fires, right? You can count them out, and it's mostly residential fires. We have commercial structure fires. Any fire you think of, and you're right, Charente, nobody thinks they're going to have a fire at their house. Even I don't. And I've almost had two in my own home. So starting out, over the years, we have fatalities, but the biggest thing is search and rescue, FireTag. That's our top two tactical priorities in fires. But over 21 years, there was something missing. And I've carried out way too many pets that we just didn't find fast enough. It's not because we're bad firefighters or we don't know what we're doing. It's because pets hide, and they're like little kids. We have to find them, and pets are small, and they choose very good hiding spots where we can't get to them in time to make a good rescue on them. Now we're pulling pets out left and right usually, but it's those critical fires where we have to find them or they're going to perish. And over these years, that is a pain that firefighters have. We don't want to admit it. But when we have to carry out pets after a simple kitchen fire, that's a loss. It's a loss to the family. It's an asset to the family. It's a family member. That's what I consider it. And half the time, it's because we can't find them fast enough. And that's why I kind of went to my brother with this invention. It was what put me over the top of this, and to invent Rescue Retriever itself was a Great Dane fire. I call it the Great Dane fire because it's a big house, 3,600 square feet. There are 3 engine companies in. The key to this was I was with the battalion chief on scene, so we're listening to all the radio traffic, and we got put forward on this fire to say, hey, go in there, see what's going on in there. We have elapsed times. It was 30 minutes. And they're like, this fire should be out. What are they doing in there? I go in through the door, and within 10 to 20 seconds, I run into a Great Dane next to its kennel. And he's already perished. And this wasn't a huge fire. It was just gray smoke because the fire was in the walls. Now, granted, another engine company pulled out a bulldog of that fire and revived him outside. But when I found that Great Dane, that was the initial reaction of me was fury. I was pretty mad. How do you not find a Great Dane in a fire? How are you going to find humans if you can't find a huge Great Dane? And the big thing about it, the pet owner was right. Did the very right thing, kennel by the back door, so we can find them easily and get them out of that smoke. But 3 engine companies, and that's 12 firefighters went in and didn't find this Great Dane. So that's the day I came out and said, okay, there's a gap in this. There's something missing. Why did they miss this dog? And then that reviewed everything in the back of my mind to my previous fires was there's cats, there's dogs, there's aquariums, there's all sorts of animals in people's houses, and there's zero alert, there's zero signal, and we don't know where they're at in the house. So the credibility part of it is addressing a problem that everybody was afraid to admit And even as firefighters, we don't want to admit that, I had to research myself. 40,000 pets are dying every year in the United States just from simple fires. And it's merely because we don't know they're in the house, how many there are, and where to find them in the house. Only the pet owner would know, because they get scared and they run and hide. So that's the critical part of this, is we want to reduce the fatalities and give the pet owner, the homeowner, the tool to use that we can use that they leave behind, kind of like their guardian. That's what Rescue Retriever is. It's a protection for your pet, and it's a locator basically to tell us where the pet is, because we're going to go in searching for you guys, make sure your family's out of there. But the pets we need to find, because they do hide.
I will say, I love that you have a bat signal, because that's what I'm going to call it. It's a bat signal. In order to say, I'm here.
Yeah, it is the bat signal for your pet, because they can't, and that's what people don't know either. They think they're going to bark at us or anything. No, they're low to the ground, just like a child would be, and they don't say a word, because they know they can't breathe that smoke in. They're like, I have to focus on my breathing, stuff like. And the signal is Rescue Retriever. That is the bat signal inside a smoky home that we're going into, and that's a signal from the pet owner themselves and the dog or cat. Saying, I'm here, come get me.
And every hero has a signal. The bat signal for Batman, Spidey sense for Spider-Man. They need that signal to go save that whatever's happening. Human, pet, doesn't matter. Something's in trouble. So this is the indicator for pet parents. But Ryan obviously identified a problem that everybody has all across the globe. It's not just the United States. The problem is these pets are dying. And, not just the pet fatalities, but also the 500,000 plus that are affected with aftercare. Even if they make it out of that fire, the aftercare portion of their lungs, their skin, their eyes, everything, that pet's going to go through that for years on end after this whole situation, if they make it out of that fire. So, that crucial time that even Rescue Retriever can save, not only just getting the pet out of there, but that time that it takes those firefighters to get in to grab that pet, that will save that aftercare aspect of the whole situation. So, that the market gap of pet safety is what we're addressing in this whole thing. And just it's never been even talked about. Because it just happens. The media doesn't know about it. The media doesn't tell you about it until something really bad happens. Like in New Jersey, a rescue caught on fire, and I think it was 60 animals perished. So, when the big things...
That's the fault of fire departments, too, is we don't have when I pulled these pets out alive or perished already, there is no database that we fill out, there's a pet fatality here, 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 here. But if you do a simple Google search, said how many pets died in residential fires yesterday, it will be littered with it. And I think a lot of fire chiefs, city leaders, especially in any communities, it's something that nobody addressed until now. And we've taken it head on. Me and Rusty have, because I warned him. I said, look, when we invent this concept, because it's not just a signal, it's a concept to where when firefighters arrive at your house, now you have the ability as a pet owner to notify them at the door with our decal, right? This is the decal. You just put your pet tool on there, and I made it basically reflective so we could see it. All firefighters mask up at the front door because we can't breathe that smoke in. We have to be masked up. So this is the first signal notification, and you're giving us a total, and even the paw itself will say, okay, this resident has pets in there, and I know they want them out. So that's the first layer of protection that pet owners have, just a simple notification for us to see. And I made it so it bounces off our code 3 lights, because our lights and sirens are always on when we get there. We don't turn them off. But that's the first layer. And it also tells the homeowner, and that's what me and Russ are trying to do, is get rescue retriever programs bigger, is that there's a rescue retriever in the house. So firefighters will know this is in there somewhere, and it will be shining just like that. And that's basically your bat signal. Your pet's bat signal and the homeowner's bat signal is, I'm signaling, come get me.
And what's really
I
important
love
too,
that.
sorry, and what's really important too is he showed you the sticker, and that's literally what everybody has been recognizing for the past 30 plus years. You know, they sell millions of those, so that's what people are identifying today, right? The rescue retriever brings on the element of just massive, innovation, because they look at the pet sticker and they say, okay, I'm going to put this on my door to tell them. Well, once the firefighters go into your home, how do they find them? Like, that's the big. They might know you have pets, but now how do they find them when they come in your home? They don't know your home layout. They don't know if you have a basement. They don't know if you. I mean, they can see from the outer structure, but really the light. That's why we made it so simple. So fire departments across the country and across the world can adopt the rescue retriever into their search and rescue protocols because it's basic. We don't have to. You don't need training. Follow the light. That's what it is. That's why. That's where the pet parents are telling you to go. And really, when we started building this company, we really had to sit down and say, who's our community? Who is it? And the community is a shared values of the love of our pets and the love of our firefighters. And what Rescue Retriever does as a product is it brings it all together. It brings pet parents and firefighters together to work together to get your pet saved. That's what it is. That's what, a product's a product. But we want to grow this as the community. Once you're part of the rescue retriever community, you're part of the army of the enemy that everybody's trying to fight, and we all have, and that's fire. Like, we got to help each other to rescue these pets. And there's no way you're going to do it on your own. There's no way you're going to do it on your own because we need the fire department.
But what's also great about it too, it's not for firefighters either. This is for a signal for if police officers beat us to our fires all the time. Sometimes they're the ones calling it in because there's smoke billowing out of the attic, or we'll get there. Well, police officers have also kicked the door in and woken up residents before, so now rescue retrievers there for them too. We just had a email 3 weeks ago now. A neighbor was at church. Her home caught on fire from the garage, extended in. She was a rescue retriever buyer. She bought a rescue retriever. And they couldn't get through the front door. And these were not firefighters. It was her neighbors who she's never met before. It went around to the back patio, opened the double doors. Guess what he saw? He saw rescue retriever flashing because rescue retriever is a smoke detector. It is just like the ones on your ceiling in your home, but it's silent. It's silent, and it's a signal for anybody, especially neighbors. So what did he do? He went in there and rescued a puppy, a Doberman Pinscher puppy. That's the only one he could grab, and because he followed the rescue retriever light, that's the minimum amount of time he had in there, and he rescued the puppy, and that's save number one. And there's 1,000 fires a day in the United States, believe it or not. Now the odds are, just like you, Charente, I don't think I'll ever fire, but the odds are going up because of the fire danger. And more dangers are coming out with electronics, batteries, and stuff is lighting on its own now. I tell my brother this. I said, we're inviting old man fire in the house. Although it's captured in a battery, the fire will stay in the battery, but it emits smoke, and that's what takes our animals. And it takes us too, is the smoke, and that's what rescue retriever is there for. That's why it's activated by smoke, so we can follow that signal once we get inside.
So I have a question for you guys.
Yep.
Perfect.
So for me, I'm always really big on mindset and getting your mind around preparedness. I know for me, I took CRT out here in Vegas to make sure I was ready for any type of emergency. But like I said, we don't think about the pet or what to do or when that stuff happens, or also how to grieve, even though like we have solutions, and sometimes people still don't see it because it depends on the fire, it depends on the type of smoke and all the in-betweens. So my question to you guys is, because you guys made this amazing tool, is how have you guys processed what you guys found? Because I know it's a lot, because that's a lot of death in like one area and concentrated, and it's like man's best friend. in a lot of cases, whether it's a hamster or whether it is an aquarium, it's still they're our best friends, they're our family. So my question is, how have you guys like helped with your mindset dealing with the great the great pain that this conversation does have?
Yeah, it's terrible, and we have proof of it because ever since we launched Rescue Retriever on social media and everything, uh, people tell their story. And I don't know who they told their story to, but they're telling us their story that this happened to them. I wish you guys were around back then. I wish there was something, and I don't know any jurisdictions. There's some jurisdictions that they give us kind of information where they live, where they say their firefighters aren't even allowed to go in and get pets, or uh, you know, depending on where people live. And there's even firefighters that say, "I'm not saving a dog. I'm not risking my life." But there's always every fire department has risk management profiles. If it's through the roof, and if there's nothing they can save, knowing that they're not going to risk their lives to go in and get a dog just because you have a rescue retriever, but it's all tactical, and that's what rescue retriever can do. If they see a rescue retriever through a bedroom window, they can make the save through the window. But the mindset is, for me, it's turning the pain that I had and into kind of a purpose with something that will affect the outcome. Because as of right now, there's no policy, there's no procedures on pets. We have to get lucky to find them. Because Charente, you could be in your front yard saying, my dog's in there, my dog's in there. Where? We still have to go in there, and you could say, everybody's out, my family's out. Well, your family member's still in there, that's your pet. And we need to find it. And what Rescue Retriever does is helps not only locate that pet, but it helps us as firefighters, because we're going to use less air. Now we have something to navigate us at least. So if it just gets us to the bedroom of origin, now it's a tactical decision where I can close the door behind me, vent the smoke through the roof. Now I can keep the pets in that one room. It's all about tactical priorities, and Rescue Retriever will give firefighters that opportunity to make those decisions on scene a lot easier. But now they'll physically and actually know that they have a pet inside. And a lot of people buy the sticker. I said, that's fine, but we need more than that. You need a rescue retriever inside, because add smoke to any home, turn off the lights, add smoke to any home, try and navigate your way through there, saving people. But saving pets is even harder. But going back to the mindset, shifting that mindset into, okay, what will Rescue Retriever do for pet owners, firefighters, and the pain it brings, especially when I walk out and I say, hey, we got the fire out, but I'm sorry to tell you, your pet didn't make it. Just to see that in their face, to me, it's a loss. And just reminds me of one fire. I come up to a homeowner. He's like, I said, hey, you need anything out of there? This is a condo, 2-story condo. He's like, I need my wallets on the nightstand, my handguns in the closet, and my dog. And I looked at him and said, your dog's in there? And I kind of had that sinking feeling like, if he's not out yet, that means he's not coming out. And I go in there, I get his wallet, his gun, and I see the snout of his puppy pit bull underneath the bed. And I'm like, oh man, no singe marks, nothing. It's the smoke that takes our animals. It takes us. The fire never gets them. It's the smoke. That's what Rescue Retriever is there for, to get us to that room, get us there, to actually search that, prioritize and target our pets for rescue. Because as of right now, when we go to houses, we don't know what needs to be rescued out of there. And that's what we're trying to fix with Rescue Retriever, is that rescue factor, where now we have a target in there. Just like any military operation, target's fire, right? But search and rescue is the top tactical priority on any fire. And that's for life safety first. But I want to make sure we don't need to get lucky anymore finding pets. They're a target as well. So that's a family member that somebody loses. And the stakeholders for pets is, if you really think about the bigger picture, I tell everybody this, is after you lose a pet in a fire, it affects your firefighters, it affects the family, it affects your corporations, because now they're not buying dog food. It affects the veterinarian, now they're not going to the vet. It affects the groomer that you might have, because now they don't need groomed. So it's got bigger effect on communities more than just the fire itself and firefighters. There's a bunch of stakeholders, and that's something people don't realize there's a monetary loss to it as well, especially if you own a business that caters to pets.
So I'm gonna just add something here. This is where Ryan and I are dynamic as co-founders, because as he talks tactical firefighting, I talk on the level of the actual pet parent. How rescue retriever is a peace of mind for someone like me and you, Charente, because we're not firefighters. So the peace of mind aspect of rescue retriever is what we give to pet parents, because at the end of the day, the way I look at it is I don't want someone whose house is on fire to be in their driveway watching their home burn down and knowing that pet is inside, saying, wow, I wish I could help my pet right now. That's where rescue retriever, that's where we don't want people having that question, because we have the answer. It is rescue retriever. This is the answer. It's simple. So that's kind of where, and also, you look at the grieving process. I actually thinking in my head, like, holy cow, if my house burnt down, my kids are at school, and now, my dogs are inside and they don't make it out. Now the house is gone. That's one thing. But now as a father, I'm going to have to go tell my two kids, hey, by the way, Wolfie and Willow didn't make it out. I'm sorry. And I can't even, I can't even imagine that. So, grieving is a process, but just having something is bigger.
More often than not, the house doesn't burn down. We go in, we get that fire out, and they still lose the pet. So a house could be rebuilt, but your pets are not replaceable. They're an asset. They're a family member to a lot of people, and they deserve the same search and rescue that humans do, because we're searching for both of you in there. I just want that day to come where, the 84 million pet owners who can get a rescue retriever, one day, just because they have a pet, let's say they're trapped, the rescue retriever may lead a team of firefighters to that pet owner themselves, because the pet won't leave your side in a fire. They're going to be right next to you just like any other day, saying, okay, we got to get out of here somehow, but if you're not coming out, I'm not coming out. Because your pet will stay with you until they're loyal. They'll stay with you. And one day, I feel like rescue retriever is going to guide a team of firefighters straight to an elderly woman in a wheelchair who can't get out, but her little corgi next to her is the reason why she was found with the corgi, and they're both pulled out and rescued just because of rescue retriever.
I will say thank you for answering my question, because like I said, I'm always about mindset. And I will say, as someone that has had to grieve, and it wasn't due to losing a pet during a fire, it was just elderly age. Grief, it has a way of, I will say, taking you to places where you're questioning everything. Was I prepared? Was I responsible? Did I spend my money appropriately? Like, did I do everything that I could do? Like, even for me recently, my dog has been on me like Donkey Kong, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, make it make sense. And then I was like, it's getting colder. I think he's cold. So I was like, let me put some clothes on you. And then I found his sweater. Mind you, he has a shirt on. And he's like, you're putting that on top of this. And then now he doesn't need me. And I'm like, oh, so you were just cold. Because sometimes you don't know what your dog needs. It's just something that you eventually figure out. And I know you guys talked about partnerships. And my question to you is that, one, you guys got an award? You guys got an award? Okay, I need y'all to talk about that.
We actually got a couple of them.
A couple? Please tell me more, because I know there's achievements.
Yeah, we just got another one this week. Just last Thursday. Actually, it just came to my email. It's crazy. With one of our
okay, tell me more about it.
Yeah,
veterinarians.
So when we built this company, we knew that the rescue retriever could really be a value add to everything in the dog world, in the pet world, in the cat world, everything to include pets, even snakes, to be honest with you. We kind of sat down and looked at who would be great partners for us because they could use the rescue retriever to help us grow with awareness on the safety level of pets. So we actually partnered with Fetch Pet Insurance. That was actually our first thing. We wanted an insurance company because if people are willing to pay $20 a month for pet insurance, well, how do you mitigate fires with rescue retriever? So because
Insurance.
And that is what we said in the beginning is like the faster we can get those pets out, the aftercare is lessened. For vets, they'll have an easier time caring for that pet. So Fetch Pet Insurance, we've been working with them for about probably just over a year, but they have a Fetch Perks, which is a program they just launched. So they were getting these certain brands in there that would actually benefit their members of over 500,000. So just actually last week, they have a veterinarian board in their actual company, and they went through all the products that they offer, and we were actually picked as the best. I think they gave us the best safety product of what is offered, and really it's a big recognition for us because it's the vet boards, it's veterinarians' choice. And also, they have other big brands like Fi Collar and Halo and like far bigger brands than what we are, and when we're put together with those brands, it gets me excited because now, that awareness factor and it's ours, our mission is being worked through the system here. We're a startup company, but it's exciting for me to see that growth because the more people that we reach, the more firefighters we reach, the more pets we reach. And we had this saying that we have where we want this company where it doesn't matter, but it's all about the saves and not the sales. We want this company to grow to the point where, okay, great, the sales are cool. How many saves did we get this month? That's really what our mission is. But in order to get those saves, we need to get the awareness, the sales, the partners, the distribution, and all that lined up, just like every other company does. But our mission is clear, and it's to save pets. So just like and for us, what category are we in? We are the new category of pet safety tech. That's what we are because we've already built this thing out to be smart. And I don't know if you know about this, but this is the new FireTag that we've built. It goes directly.
I was just about to ask you, how did you know? How'd you know? You're in my head.
So when rescue retriever goes off, because people, I don't know the location of my animal, I don't know this, that goes off, you see? So once smoke hits the rescue retriever, the FireTag activates because this is actually on your pet. So if they're not in the location where you put rescue retriever, now it's on your pet. So if they've run to another room, if they've gone under a bed, if they've gone into a closet, if they've gone into the bathroom behind the toilet, wherever they go, they're going to be flashing. So that's part of our vision of the company is adding the technology to it to get those saves even quicker, faster, just all the way through. We don't want to miss. We're not going to miss. We don't want firefighters to miss the pets. So if we can get the pet safety tech, pretty much how I sum it up is what Ring has done for home safety, right? Everyone has the Ring doorbell or they've bought it. Why did they buy a doorbell? They bought a doorbell because they want to know who's out in front of their porch. They want to see if people are stealing their packages and they don't want to answer the door. But most of all, when you're at work, and someone comes up to your door, you want to see who that person is because you're not home. Well, rescue retriever is the same thing, but we're for
notification
safety. So if you're not home, guess what you need? You got to have a rescue retriever because no one's there to tell you, hey, my pet got to get saved. Because firefighters aren't going to look at your Ring doorbell camera. This was built for them, simple. So that's kind of how we what Ring has done for home safety, rescue retriever is doing for pet safety. So that's how we're summing this up because we have a lot more developments that are coming for this, and that's our trajectory. And that's what we're dead focused on, that mission to make pets a priority because they're just getting their family members. We believe, we know they are. I mean, the memories they make and all that, we've identified this in the pet sector. So we're just going to make it better, better, and better.
Pets in the home are at the greatest risk of losing their life. And that's just a statistic. I researched a ton before I even pitched to my brother on starting our company, because I had to teach my brother tactics, just like I'm teaching you right now, and people at home, because rescue retriever, we're selling the protection and the safety aspect of how do you protect your pet at home? How do you protect yourself at home? First of all, your pets are your guardians. They're your police officer. They're your fireman. They're your protection from the start. So how do we protect the protectors, right? And that's kind of how I view it too. Is in selling protection and safety is hard, especially trying to convince people you need this. And somebody might say, I've never had a fire. Why would I need that? My dogs run out the back door. I don't need that. Well, you're right. Until I tell you that I've never found dogs in the backyard before, even though they had a dog door, because they tend, 98% of them have 99% of wolf DNA. They're going to stay in their cave no matter what and wait for rescue, wait for the pack to come get them. And those are some of the things I have to remind people of. And then the questions are, well, I don't know where they hide. Well, before that fire even gets going, your smoke detectors will go off, which is for our evacuation. Guess what the decibel level of those smoke detectors do to our pets? I tell people it's a tornado siren in their ears. They want to get away from that sound more than they do the fire. They're alerting us to the fire. Your dog will bark at fires if you see videos online. They want to tell us, hey, something's going on, something they're not comfortable with. But they'll be hiding before we even get through the front door because of the noise from the smoke detectors. And that's what people don't know. And that's why we made it silent. It's a silent strobe, and it goes low to the ground so that when we're low, when we come in, because we don't have visibility up high, it's where all the heat is. They get up to 1,000 degrees above our heads. But down low is the survivable air for all us and the pets. The pets are incredible at staying low because they're made for it. So finding them faster is the key to rescue retriever. And it's just like, how do I convince somebody to get it if they've never had a fire? And it's almost like saying, I don't want airbags in my car because I've never been in a car wreck before. But you go buy a car, it's already in there. That's kind of the standard that I'd like to get for anybody who adopts a pet, anybody who purchases a pet, anybody who has one. You get a rescue retriever just because you have a new asset. You have a new family member. You just adopted a pet. You got to protect them, just like you got to feed them, just like you got to water them. It's the same thing. I'd like to standardize at this to where have this, just like I have airbags in my truck, and I hope you never have to use it. But it's there when that car accident comes, when that fire comes. It's there for the best outcome we can provide. There's different points of view too. Response times in areas in rural counties, they might be 40 minutes. That's why I say building up communities is awesome, because now your neighbors, if you tell your neighbors you have one, they probably already know you have dogs because they're barking or they don't like them. But when that fire comes, even the people that don't like your dog, they will try and save it for you because it changes their mindset. Like, I can't. Yeah, I don't like their dog, but like I can't let it die in there. I got to kick that door in, at least do something. Yeah, I'm hoping rescue retriever has the same profound outlook. And a lot of people who purchase rescue retrievers, they're already safety conscious for the pets, just like you are. You thought your dog was cold, so you put a shirt on him. What made you buy that shirt in the first place? Because it was good looking or cute, or I tell people that all the time, is like they'll buy all these accessories, and I said, well, here's $40. You get 5 years. Hopefully, you'll never have to use it, but it's there. It's a guardian. It's lying in wait for the day it happens, because people can't predict wildfires either, and it's the community members that will help first. And I say they're the best first responders because they're right next door. It takes firemen, it takes police, it takes everybody a long time to get there. What seems like a long time, but fire grows every minute. Nowadays, you got 2 minutes to get out of your house. Now imagine what your pet's going to do. So rescue is essential. We have to find them.
And also, there's a clear differentiation between, everyone knows what a smoke detector does, smoke alarm does. Guess what they hate? They hate that chirp, right? Okay. So there's a clear differentiation between rescue retriever and a regular smoke detector, because a regular smoke detector is for your evacuation. That's to get you guys out. That's to get us out. Rescue retriever is for search and rescue purposes. That's the purpose it serves. So not only will it help the synergies of smoke detection in stores, in everything, in everything's safety, because we're clearly focused on the search and rescue aspect, while every other life safety product, smoke detector, smoke alarm, CO alarm, and doesn't matter what kind of alarm it is, they're focused on life safety, where we're focused on the pet safety. So while we stay focused on that, they stay focused on that. The bigger companies like First Alert, Kidda, those companies stay focused in that area. Once we come together with them on the same shelf or anything, it's a whole safety solution for life safety, pet safety, and your home. So that's really how we kind of put this all together, and how those companies, and we talked about partnerships, we can really make a big impact in our communities all together. So once we all come together, and we will, I have a gut feeling that we will, we can make a really big difference with life and pet safety, especially with batteries. People don't change their batteries. They changed laws so you have a 10-year lithium battery in a smoke detector because people just don't change them. Well, with rescue retriever, guess what? You're going to change your batteries because it's not about you anymore. It's about your pet. And you care for your pet, you're going to want to change those batteries. So we're trying to put together, when you change your rescue retriever batteries, you change your smoke detector batteries. So it's all one thing, because people will care about their pets more than themselves, because they really don't see their smoke detectors. Everyone has new smoke detectors if they buy a new build home, or if they buy a home, they're already in there. And smoke detectors aren't sexy. I'll tell you that. You're not going to run out to the local hardware store and go buy the new smoke detector. But the reason you're going to go down that aisle now is for the furry ones, for the scaly ones, for the pets that you have, because now there's protection for them.
So I will ask this question because I know Black Friday is coming up. Christmas is almost here, and I think this will probably be like one of the most perfect gifts to give. Where can people find it? And then also, if they're coming to CES in January, where can they find you specifically if they want to come and talk to you?
Okay, I can answer that. Amazon does their Black Friday deals. You can find us on Amazon, on TikTok, on www.rescueretriever.com, and we're also on Walmart now. And hopefully soon next year we're going to be in a very large retailer. We have talks going on with multiple companies, so hopefully we can get that. But for Black Friday, we're mostly all online. You can find us there. We're giving out great deals on that, and also stocking stuffers. I mean, even if you're not a pet owner, this is something that you can give your friends that love their pets, that they still talk about their pets every day. This is something in a stocking stuffer at a Christmas party. It's something where you can white elephant, no matter what. Giving the gift of safety to someone, I think, is far larger than giving them a candy cane. A candy cane lasts a couple minutes, but the rescue retriever as a stocking stuffer is something that we think could be an exceptional gift, along with a couple other things. But Black Friday is coming up, and firefighters and safety campaigns are going to start going out. Thanksgiving is actually a big day for smoke and fires. The holiday season is coming up. You're going to burn your turkey, Charente.
Oh, I'm not. You want to know why? Because I have a mom who's been cooking for all of my life, and she's done a great job at getting no smoke. We've dealt with smoke one time in the hotel because it was an electric stove, and those stoves are not even when it comes to heating. And I'm just going to do this because it's so extra. And I'll also say is that I just want to add this really fast. Quick little story time. I had a water pipe burst in my house. Do you know where my dog was? He wasn't alerting me. He was asleep in the room. I just need y'all to know that. So if you think that your pet is super smart, you think your pet's going to alert you about stuff, you'll hope. But they probably won't. So I just want to make sure people know, like, you think your pet does all the things. They don't. He didn't do nothing. He didn't let me know nothing. I had to hear it. I was like, there shouldn't be that drip drop. Like, why do I hear a drip drop? Well, this sounds off. And then turns out the entire water heater was let out, and it literally flooded my entire house. So he didn't let me know nothing though.
Every pet has their just like any wolf pack out there, they have their attributes. But typically dogs, their noses, they can smell smoke before a smoke detector detects it on the ceiling. But we just don't know the signs. It could be them laying down, or could be them perking up. Humans can't kind of look at it and say, what's going on with the dog? Is he alerting me? Or is he laying down because there's something wrong? So there are signs and stuff like that. But yeah, the holiday season, it's a big driver for, presence in general. And I can't wait for like the first CEO of a company, because there's a lot of people that, going back to work after COVID and stuff, everybody got dogs because we need companions at home. Like there's huge adoption rates. And I have a dog. My brother has 2 dogs. They're companions that they can feel your energy. They take your energy. They know who you are. And they wait for your scent to come home. But I'm waiting for like a CEO of a company, because even in my city where I work, a guy wants our benefits to include pet insurance because he doesn't want it for himself. He wants it for his pet. And in my head, I'm thinking, what would it be great if a CEO of a company says, you know what, I know all my employees who have pets. I am buying rescue retrievers for them for Christmas, so they have peace of mind at home. Because that's a big anxiety. There's people that will sit on their phones and watch cameras of what their pet's doing at their house during the day. We get a lot of comments like that. Yeah, we get a lot of comments like that saying, "Oh, I have cameras in my house. I'll tell firefighters right where they're at." Well, you can't. You can call dispatchers, but it's not going to get to us driving on our fire engine all the way there. And even if they say, "Oh, he's in the back room," we don't know the layout of the house, and now add thick black smoke to it. So cameras have their duties, and it's good notification, so there might be smoke in there, or know where the pet might be, but we still don't have that access to know the layout of your house and any obstacles we might face, whether there's chairs and couches everywhere.
In 2 minutes.
Giving a gift of rescue retriever in the holidays. A, it'll be memorable, and B, what's happened a lot, people will come visit our site and just kind of look and browse around. But in today's world, people want reviews. They want testimonials to know they're spending. And rescue retriever isn't a luxury item. We priced it affordable because I want it in the most lower income houses there can be, because a lot of fires happen in the lower income houses because they can't either afford fire protection, or they do have that griddle that it's cheaper model, so it doesn't have the proper heating to it. But I want it in every home, no matter income level, and I want to get to that point where we can donate. Even companies out there who want to buy some and donate them to a humane society, or any community that they see, because we go on smoke detector walks with our partners from the Burn Foundation. And the Red Cross donates smoke detectors to the Burn Foundation, and then they have teams come out and they install the smoke detectors, mainly for the elderly, hard of hearing, stuff like that. But that's the same. I want to get rescue retrievers the same way, because all these elderly people have pets too, and we'll get the elderly people out of the house with smoke detectors, but it's the pets that are the greatest risk outside of our residents, and they're paying the highest toll. So the gift of a rescue retriever, explaining it to people is the hardest part, because no one's a firefighter, and they say, well, what? Okay, does it work? How do you work it? It's already ready to go. You open that box and you open it, you hang it up, wherever you know they hide, or get us to the side of the house that they're at, just to direct us there. And I always tell Rusty, I said, because I built some and I assembled some, it's like I have a meaning for each one of them. It says this is going to be the one that Grandma got for Christmas, never took it out of her car, and she rolls over in a snowbank, and now she doesn't know what to do, so she grabs this and hits this, and she's seen off the road in the middle of the night, because that's all she had outside of her cell phone. Because there's other aspects. It's power independent. So you could take this with you when you go camping. You could take this with you in your RV. You could take it anywhere you want. And with our capability at Consumer Electronics Show, if you are going, just look for the firemen. Because firemen typically aren't at pet events. They aren't at these electronic shows. When I walk in my gear, everybody's staring like, what are they doing here? Are they here to shut it down? Or everything okay? But as I walk through, I get piled with questions just on fire stuff. And they don't know why I'm there for rescue retriever. But then when I tell them about rescue, they're like, that is genius. Because all of them have pets too. And they end up buying, all the vendors that we're there with, they buy a rescue retriever because they're on the road all the time to the conventions, and they got pets at home. Same thing with flight attendants. I made a couple flight attendants cry because they said, here's your tip. You have pets at home? And they're like, I am going to cry. And they get on their phone, they show me their dogs. And I said, that's what matters to me. That's what keeps us mission focused. Hearing those stories and knowing how much they care about them, to protect them like that, makes me feel good. And that's what stays us mission focused. The affordability of it, for one. It's not a luxury item. It's not something I want to make unaffordable because I'm choosing this family or that family who should be protected. I want it in every house that has a pet because it makes them safe, makes me safe, and those firefighters out there I'll never meet, I tell them, this is me inside that house saying, get over here. This is Captain Ryan Tussing saying, this is where you need to look first to have the best outcome necessary.
So we'll be at CES in January. I think it's January 5th and 6th at an event called PepCom. And PepCom is an event where this is our first. We're launching FireTag. So this is where we're going to launch the rescue retriever with the FireTag aspect. We've had a lot of people wanting this product, wanting the tag attached, or the FireTag collar attachment to go with rescue retriever. And CES can give us that platform to really go. There's going to be a lot of journalists there, and that type of platform could give us our awareness, give Captain Ryan his floor, give the company itself the eyeballs that it needs to get this safety product to everybody out there. So it's pretty exciting for us because we've never attended the CES. We have been there for other expos, but not something like this. It's basically putting the tech world. Hello, tech world. We're rescue retriever. We're the only company that's focused on pet safety tech. That's us. So yeah. We're excited.
And there's nobody else. Yeah. No. There's no AI. There's nobody trying to solve the crisis of pets perishing in house fires except us. That's why I'm mission focused. I'm ready to go. Let's get these in houses, because it's the afterthought is the firefighters rescue the pet, homeowners overwhelmed, and then that homeowner goes to wherever they bought it from. It might be a local groomer. It might be they go hug them. Now their dog keeps getting groomed from that groomer. We had a pet hotel. He bought 100 of them. He gave it to each one of his clients to take home. And I said, what a genius guy. He boards their pets while people are away. And now he's sending them home with the rescue retriever saying, I care about your pet so much. I don't want that ever to happen to them. And it shows gratitude to say, bring him back here. I'm safe here as well. If you ever want to board your pet here again at my pet hotel.
That was during the holiday season too. It was during the holiday season. Mm-hmm. So any pet-focused company around the holiday season, they don't know what to get. I mean, everyone has treats and stuff like that, but if they really want to make an impact and statement, it's us. That's what they can help us out with awareness, but they can also help themselves out by thinking outside of just the sweaters and the booties and the treats.
You can wrap this up in dog goggles or something with it. It's a good add-on.
The thing. I will say this is I don't buy him clothes all the time. Don't make it seem like I always do. I buy him and then he doesn't change out of them. Okay, I will also say this is that to me, this gift is like A1. I'm excited for y'all to eventually make it an app, make it where it'll alert us and notify us and stuff like that. I just think that you have so much, like, the sky's the limit, if that makes any sense here, when it comes to pet safety overall. And I just want to thank you guys for your time today, and providing, I will say, real-time solutions, because like I said, we do not think about this. We don't also think about the losses of how pets do go, because my mom thought the main way that pets pass away was they pass away in their sleep, not realizing that a lot of the time it's euthanasia because something has happened. I've also had it with live streams where kids have come in and it was 4th of July and their dog was outside and a firework got them and now they're no longer here. So I say this to say thank you for your passion. Thank you for, Ryan, talking to your brother Rusty and saying, yo, I have something for you. We need to talk. Yeah, and Rusty, I want to thank you for saying, I'm willing, let's do this together. And let's go into this venture together, because not a lot of family members do this nowadays. It's literally, I'm working with a stranger. I'm not working for the family member. How dare you think? So I just want to thank you guys for being the partnership that you are and letting us know about this amazing product, because I'm excited to see you guys at CES. I'm just going to be honest and transparent. So
you see
I just want to thank you.
Too.
We're going to light up CES. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, yes. And you're going to see the robots walking around too, and the dog robots.
I like seeing all of it, because I said, which thing in here is going to actually save pets from a fire? And is the robot going to do it? Is it? None of them will. This will. It's so simple and basic and life-saving, just like a normal smoke detector. And nobody's trying to solve it though. Everybody's got AI and doing everything else, but which is awesome. It makes our lives easier. But we need something when life is hard, and we need to make an impact like that. That's why we're here. That's my mission, Rusty's mission, and I can't wait to show everybody there, because I know they all have pets.
Oh yeah, a lot of us do. We just don't tell everybody we have pets, because people are like, you have a pet, and I'm like, I do. He's like, they're like, if you're not on social media, I'm like, he's not a dog influencer. You're not going to catch him on Instagram. You're not going to catch him on TikTok. He's just going to be in my room living his best life.
Yeah. So that's the first question I ask too, is how do firefighters know you have pets? I don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
Now we know you have a pet.
I will say, yeah, now they know, and they'll get some B-roll in it here when this episode comes out. They're like, oh, that's her dog. It is, and he is fine living his best life, not on the internet, so he can go back into the house.
Better see that dog's sweater.
I'm very simple.
I want to see the sweater.
Oh, I can definitely make sure, because it's a Christmas sweater too. That's why I was like, oh, perfect. It's your Christmas sweater.
Perfect.
And it looks like it's hilarious, because I got this sweater because there's like a fur color, and the fur looks like his fur, so I was like, it matches, it goes. But yes. It makes sense, and I was like, but I'll probably get the rescue retriever with the booties and everything else and the tags and all the in-betweens, because why not? And I will say, I just, like I said, thank you. And is there anything that you want to leave the audience with before we close out?
I usually leave the audience, especially with all the live shows, pet events we go to, is and same thing. It's not about the sales for us, it's about the saves. Those saves will come. We've already have one. I just want pet owners, residents to be prepared, protected, have it in there, because it also helps firefighters. It helps us, even if the egos of firefighters say, I don't need that, we do. We get lucky when we rescue pets, because we just stumble upon them, and we want to fix that. especially from my point of view. Too much pain, too much loss over simple fires that we put out fast, and we're still carrying out pets that should have made it through. So that's my message to everybody. And I try and do a lot of preparedness, awareness online with social media, because who kind of seeks it out? It's the people that have the anxieties when they're away from home, because we all have it. Even I was gone yesterday, and my dog's here. I'm like, is she gonna be okay? Because dogs are curious, pets are curious. But I just want to prepare everybody, because after every fire I've been on, every single resident said, I cannot believe this happened to me. Every time. And everybody's safe. We just can't prevent all of them.
So 2 heads are better than one in every company, because there's one that's focused on one part, I'm focused on the other. And what I leave with customers is we're not done. Like, we will lead the pet safety tech revolution. We are revolutionizing this aspect of pets. We are the category, we have created the new category, and we will lead the whole way. And we're not going to stop until we get this whole the applications, the tech, everything about this rescue retriever, about the community we are building. We are going to lead the way, and that's my promise. And and Ryan's promise is to help all pets and fires, and try to get firefighters on board with us. And that's what we're going to do. We're focused.
The goal is to lower the pet count.
Yep.
Lower those death rates to where, okay, now we can optimize even further, where the future is easier for firefighters and our pets to survive any scenario.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all, we're about to go to the outro. You know what strikes me most about Ryan and Rusty's story is that they had 2 different lenses, but they had the same heart. And they came together to build something so needed and so vital to us as pet parents. Today's conversation helps me so much as a dog mom, because I never thought to think what emergency protections are there for my dog. I thought about what to do in a case of an earthquake, what to do in case of this, but I never thought what happens to my dog in any of these circumstances, because I'm always thinking I'll be able to get them out, I'll be able to do that, but what if I'm incapacitated? Then what then? And I'm just really thankful and grateful that Paul and Rusty came together with this solution, that it was very much needed. This is really that the setback is the setup type of moment. You can stop asking yourself why you're in pain and start asking yourself, how can you build with that? Because that's what they did. I'm still floored. And if you're sitting here like me and you're experiencing like a heaviness about, I would say, am I being a good pet parent? You are. That's why you watch this video, to learn more about what else you could do that won't cost you an arm, leg, thigh, and a chicken wing, because we know how much pet supplies can be. We're looking at you, Chewy, with all the little products. We see you, okay? If you're feeling like, well, how can I be even better? Or what can I give a gift for the holidays? This would be this type of gift. To me, this is like you buying a life vest for a child that's about to go experience the pool for the first time. You are there to help prevent, protect, and love the community that you are around. So, bestie, yes, you are being responsible. Yes, this was an amazing next episode. At the same time, I just want you to remember that your setback is your setup. And in today's example, that's exactly it. He was done seeing dogs pass away, animals pass away, because the rescuers didn't know there were anything else to be rescued in the house. So thank you for coming to the Built to Rise series. I'm Charente, your abundant bestie, and catch you in the next episode. Bye for now. Like, subscribe, and who should we interview next?